Hey guys, Wade Willis here doing my live playthrough of the Fate Stay Night visual novel. I'm a huge Fate fan. I have not had a chance to do the visual novel, and there is a bit of a barrier to entry, and it took me a lot of time and a lot of steps to get to this. I jumped through a lot of hoops for sure, but incredibly excited to do this. I'm going to be reading everything in this. I think there's like a million playthroughs of people just like you just watching it like how you would play the game, but I'm gonna read through this, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. If you have suggestions for how I should read things, just let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'll be trying to do some of the voices and whatnot. It probably will be interesting to say the least, but incredibly excited to start this journey. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this as well. And guys, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I have animated reactions, analysis, I have visual novel playthroughs, got a lot of different stuff on here. And if you like the video, please leave a like, it helps a lot. Type Moon presents. So pumped for this. It was a thrust like lightning, a spearhead thrust to pierce my heart. Trying to dodge it would be useless. Being lightning, it's invisible to the human eye. But the lightning that tries to pierce me is repelled by the moonlit that tries to save me. Clang, a beautiful sound. No, the sound before me is heavier than steel. The armor she is wearing is not beautiful at all, and as refined as the cold night. The sound wasn't beautiful at all. It was actually the sound of steel. It's just that the night is beautiful enough to turn into the charming sound like a bell. I ask of you, are you my master? She asks in a voice that lights up the darkness. I have come forth in response to your summons. From this time forward, my sword shall be with you, and your fate shall be with me. Now our contract is complete. Yes, the contract has been completed. When she chose me as her master, I'm sure I swore to help her too. The moonlight still lights up the darkness. As if following the night's example, the shed again falls silent. Time has stopped. The scene lasts less than a second. But I'll remember the scene vividly, even when I've gone to hell. The face slightly turned. The quiet green eyes. An instant becomes an eternity. The blue outfit symbolizing her sways in the wind. A faint blue light filters in. The golden hair shines in the moonlight. Fate. This is a story from 10 years ago. I'm watching someone I know very well. A tall man with a deep-featured face, who to my knowledge has never told a joke, is patting my head. No, that's not quite right. I guess he doesn't know how much strength to use. So to be more accurate, he's grabbing my head and mashing it around. I guess that's only to be expected. After all, this is the first time he's ever patted my head. I'll have to get going now. You know what to do now, right? I answer the deep voice with a polite, yes? The man patting my head nods once, lets go, and stands up. So that was it? If I'd known, then that was going to be our final moment together. I would have made him laugh with one of my best jokes. I had practiced telling jokes a lot and hoped that I could bring a smile to his grave face. I guess you could say that I was sad that I couldn't tell him any of them. Put the association in your debt. By the time you mature, I'll let you decide what to do after that. You should be able to take care of yourself. Even though he said such things, I guess he was still worried. He told me about the heirloom jewels, the jewels inherited from the master, and how to manage the basement. As he was telling me all these things, I didn't yet know, I realized even as a child, that most likely, he wouldn't be coming back. A war had started. Not a war between countries, but a war between people. But the only ones at war were 7 people. In a situation like this, the word war should be unsuitable. But here, it's a different story, as the ones in the conflict are magi. The 7 magi, each from a different faction, had started to compete for unknown reasons and killed each other in unknown ways. The man standing before me was one of them. He too was in a position to kill or be killed. He must have known more keenly than I did that his time was near. Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It is our duty as a Tosaka family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a Magus, you can't avoid it. Once more, he patted my head and left. That was the end. That was the last time I saw the man who entered the Holy Grail War as a master and died. The man who was my teacher as well as my father. Take care, Father. I see him off politely. I knew I was on the verge of crying, but I shed no tears. I loved him. He was a great father and a great Magus. Among Magi, there are only obstinate people. In the whole world, I don't think anyone had a better character than his. He taught me as a teacher and loved me as a father. That's why I decided to choose my path according to what he left me in the end. Rin, the Holy Grail will appear eventually. It's our duty as the Tosaka family to win it. More importantly, if you want to be a Magus, you can't avoid it. In the end, he left me those words as a Magus and not as a father. That's why at that moment, my path was determined. Alright, I'll do my best to be a proper Magus. It's only natural for a student to follow the words of their teacher. Since then, through the many twists and turns, I, Rin Tosaka, have matured. It has been 10 years since the winter day on which my father went to war. I haven't exactly been waiting for this moment, but I am excited. That's only natural. The event I have never forgotten about is about to start. January 31st. Something is ringing. Ding, ding. Shut up. Stop it. The sound doesn't stop. It rings loudly as if I'm an enemy. What? Come on. I was up so late last night. So, it should let me sleep in a bit longer. No, it has to let me sleep in. I was deciphering my father's will until early morning this morning, and I've used too much magical energy. In other words, my mind and body are dead tired. Ah, jeez, you're really stubborn. Bling, 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 bling. The alarm clock doesn't speak my language. So why does a ringing sound like it's telling me you're going to be late? Late? Being late is bad. Though that depends on the situation. I'm a good student, but maybe I can get to school at the last moment just for today. That's right, I set the alarm 30 minutes early, so I should be able to sleep for 30 minutes more. Huh? Isn't that strange? Set it 30 minutes early. I look at the alarm clock drowsily. The clock is pointing exactly at 7. I usually get up at 6:30, so the spare 30 minutes have already been used up. Why can't I think when I wake up? I stare at the alarm clock for several seconds. Shutting it off, I decide to get out of bed. Passing through the cold hallway, I enter the cold living room. It's 7 o'clock the last day of January. Fuyuki City is usually pretty warm in the winter, but this morning is as cold as any other city. I can even see my breath indoors, and on top of that, there's no one else in the house to warm it up. Heater. Turning on the heater, I head to the bathroom. At times like this, living on your own is inconvenient. If there were someone to wake up before me, the living room would have been warm by now. I washed my face at the sink. I totally thought the sound was her going to the bathroom. I was like, what the heck? I brush my long hair and get ready. A cold morning, a cold sink. The only advantage is that the cold water clears your sleepiness completely. I tie my ribbon and I'm all ready. All I have to do is eat breakfast and head out. Looking at the clock, it's only a bit past 7, and I'm a bit disappointed. Man, I guess I don't have to run after all. Then again, I would never do anything as clumsy as running to school anyways. It is the custom of the Tosaka family to act with composure and elegance at all times. Taking a custom like that seriously must mean that my family originated from a very high-class background indeed. Owning this old Western-style mansion is proof that, on top of it, the Tosaka family is a bloodline of sorcerers that are able to use the word power of magic. If you're talking about age, our family has ancient history. Well, I guess it's something I can brag about, not something I can brag about. Actually, I can't speak openly about it at all. Oh, by the way, I, Rin Tosaka, am a magus. Who on earth can I brag to like that? Magic is just what it sounds like, magic. I don't care if you get ideas about like abracadabra or whatever. You can just think of us as people who do strange things by casting spells. Though it's not like we fly around on brooms or make stars appear with a wave of a wand. Well, we could do that, but we don't bother as it's kind of meaningless. We're basically heretics who hide ourselves from the world. We're prohibited from standing out, and even if we weren't, we would rather be home studying magic. On top of that, the word sorcerer is completely inaccurate. To be precise, there are only 5 sorcerers in the world. Things no one can do, things beyond the ability of modern scientists. The ones who can make such miracles are the ones we call sorcerers. Miracles that can never be achieved regardless of time or effort, we call sorcery. Those things that are mysterious but achievable with time and effort, those we call magic. That's why what we do is called magic rather than sorcery. Okay, that's a good description of that. It's complicated, but that's just how it is, so accept it. She's so sassy. To be honest, the modern world doesn't recognize the existence of magic. We believe control as we believe control and learn things that are immeasurable, our existence is incompatible with the modern world. Because it's kind of meaningless. Going to a normal school and becoming a normal adult will bring you far more happiness than studying magic. Human technology is great. In the past few hundred years, It has been leading the way ahead of magic. Nothing is impossible for humans. The miracles once only possible through magic are now tools and not miraculous at all. Still, magic has its good points. Just as there are those things that are possible only through science, there are also things only possible through magic. It was the master of the Tosaka family who said that if science is moving toward the future, magic is moving toward the past. Something about the past and future ending up at the same place. Everything always running toward the 0 point. Let's put off all these difficult discussions. They should wait until we're old. I agree, Ren. Finishing breakfast, I grab my bag. Oh yeah, I should bring the pendant. I don't really want to take the thing to school, but I'd be a waste to leave it here. This thing is 100 years old after all. It's by far the greatest jewel in the house. No, that's an understatement. It is much stronger than that. I found this after decoding Father's will last night. It contains the equivalent of 10 years of my magic energy. There was said to be an heirloom. This might as well be it. We, the Magi of the Tosaka, are skilled at the transformation of power. We put our magical energy into jewels whenever we have free time. To put it simply, the jewels are bullets and we are the gun. The only other thing I can say I received from my father is a magic crest of the Tosaka family engraved on my left arm. In essence, this is a proof of the successor, and it is like a tattoo that condenses all the inherited magic of the Tosaka family. It hasn't started yet, but I guess it doesn't hurt to be careful. I put the pendant, which can now be said to be my father's memento, into my pocket. This is a last resort. Pretty much anything is possible with the magical energy contained in this. It's 7:30. I should get going or I'll be late for school. She saying verbal not die. I weave my words with magical energy quickly. Being a magus, I can't let my guard down when leaving the house. Even though there's never been a single robber, wandering child, nor a stray cat. And I don't think my neighbor has ever come to say hello either. Well, I don't really care, but not even a stray cat? What's up with that? I look up at the mansion I've grown so accustomed to over the years. Fuyuki is certainly a strange city with many Western-styled houses on the side of town, and an area full of Japanese-styled houses just beyond the intersection. I guess it's because many foreign families came to live here a long time ago, but even so, I don't see many foreign families around here now. There's a foreigner cemetery in the new city across the river, but it only has graves of the first-generation families. Maybe the soil of Japan didn't suit them. I'll go to a church and ask the priest sometime. He knows about a lot of boring things. Huh? Stepping outside, I feel a certain incongruity. What's up? It's quieter than usual. It's especially quiet with no sense of the morning's noisiness. At 7:30, the street should be filled with students going to school or people going to work. Well, I guess there's days like this. Perhaps everyone slept in today. Mysterious. It's unusually cold, so I bet everyone's still wrapped up in their warm beds. Even so. It's strange that I haven't seen even one student so far. At 7:30, you usually see people in uniform here and there. But I'm the only person at the school gates, and it looks like the clubs are just starting their morning practice. In other words, the only explanation is Oh, Tosaka, you're up early today. As I suspected. With a small sigh, I turned to the girl who addressed me. Morning. It really is cold today, huh? The girl speaking so frankly is Mitsuzuri Ayako. She's my classmate in Class 2A. There are a lot of stories about her. Good morning, Mitsuzuri-san. Please excuse the abrupt question, but do you know what time it is? Huh, it's almost 7. Are you still asleep? She waves her hand in front of me, wondering if I'm alright. She's one of the few friends who knows I'm not a morning person. In other words, she thinks I'm not fully awake yet. I guess the clocks at my house were an hour fast. All of them. Not just my alarm clock, but the wall clocks as well. Really, just what's going on here? Did Father arrange all the clocks to go mad when the pendant was removed from the basement? Tosaka, don't worry, it's nothing. Anyways, are you off to the morning practice as usual? Yeah, the Archery Club has a lot of problem students, and one good member quit, so I have to get them to look good to attract new freshmen in April. I see. There's always something to worry about, isn't there? You can say that since it's none of your concern. Oh, do you want to come? The guys would love it if you would come and watch. Archery club, huh? I have 3 acquaintances in the archery club. One is Ayako, the person before me right now, and the other 2 people I barely talk to. And for one of those 2, the word acquaintance doesn't really suffice. I became friends with Ayako because I had been watching the archery club from afar. Alright, I'll go. If all I have to do is watch. I have nothing else to do this early anyways. Great. Let's go right now then. The impressive archery range is one of our school's outstanding aspects. Perhaps the director is just interested in archery, but the range is much too fancy for a mere school club. Come on, there's still some time before practice. Let's go in and have some tea. Happy about something, Ayako drags me in by the hand. It's a bad habit of hers. She talks like a guy when she's expressing her true feelings. As Ayako said, there was no one in there. While sipping hot tea, we prepare for today's class. The tea tastes really good in this open winter environment. Well, I'll come straight to the point. How's it going, Tosaka? Have you found a reliable partner yet? So, as there's no one else around, Ayako comes straight out to the point and asks me a ridiculous question. Huh. That's really a direct way of asking. Judging from the tone of your voice, you've already found yours? No comment. I'm going to keep it a secret until you tell me. So what's going on? Looking at your tired face, I feel like I'm right. Another no comment. But you'd see right through my lies, unfortunately. Not yet on my part. How about you? I assume you don't have time to take it easy either. True, but things aren't looking good for me. I could get one right away, but it's not that kind of matter, you know. Our future depends on this, so I just can't compromise. I see. So you don't want to choose hastily and lose to me. Of course not. The important part is making you lose. What I get comes second. She laughs boldly. Jeez, we really are alike. Yeah, when we first met, I warned you that we'd have this kind of relationship. Yes, she did indeed. I was certainly surprised when our first meeting, she said, we'll probably end up with a kill or be killed relationship. Or in other words, unless we go all out against each other, we'll never really be friends. I agreed with her on that, and that's why we've had a friend or foe relationship for 2 years. Strange. By the way, why are we talking about this? Why? You're the one who started it, Tosaka. You said there's something wrong with a woman never having a boyfriend, so we decided to see which one of us could get a boyfriend before the 3rd year. Oh yeah, just a tit for tat, I suppose. And we did say that the loser would obey the winner for a day. So many ways that can go. Right. Even kids don't make promises like that nowadays. But it's not like we're sore losers. Whatever the result, the loser will be obedient to follow the winner's orders. Just thinking about it gets me excited. Ayako laughs. Ha ha ha. Honestly, she's so serious about this. Mitsuzuri Ayako is such a difficult person to deal with. Pot calling the kettle black. Though I can't wait to beat Ayako either, so neither of us are people you want to deal with. I see, but Mitsuzuri-san, it's fine to enjoy yourself, but you should take care not to get your objectives wrong. You know that's not the only point of the contest, don't you? I know, I can't call it a victory unless I beat you with a relationship you would really be jealous of. Well, that's the biggest problem for us. No matter how good a guy is, there's no point if we can't bring ourselves to love him. To my knowledge, Mitsuzuri Ayako is said to hate men. Rumors are never to be trusted, however, as she suggested this match, rather than hating men, that she just didn't... I think she just didn't have a chance. That aside, hold it. What do you mean, us? I'll say it right now, but I'm not cold-hearted like you. I have no problem loving a guy. Oh, that's a lie. You're fooling yourself. There's no way you'd ever be concerned about a guy. You've never given one good response to any of the confessions made to you. If you had even the slightest interest, you'd think of going out with them. But you keep declining. That must mean you're not interested in men. You're not thinking enough. Couldn't we say I'm declining because I've already found someone I like? Wow, that's a good answer. I like that. It's romantic. Ayako nods seriously, not making fun of me. Her sigh says, Wouldn't it be nice if that was the case? Jeez, I really can't keep anything from her. You're right. I think so too. Well, it's exactly as she says. I know myself how cold I am. I admit it. I know nothing when it comes to love and relationships. Exactly. You're the one who said we're alike. Oh, it's almost 7. Let's leave the secret talk there. You never know when someone might walk in on us, and we can never act like proper students. We'll never know you had social manners like that. It was worth getting up early just to hear that. Heh. Not so much as you. My social manners are nothing compared to yours. You hide yourself so much it almost seems like you're a different person. Ayako gives an exaggerated sigh. Both of the teas she made us now are empty, and it's my turn to make it. So, why don't you join a club, Tosaka? You won't listen to any lies about... I won't listen to any lies about not having any athletic ability. I'm still bitter that I lost to you in all aspects in last year's physical testing. Oh, but you beat me in lung capacity and also in weight. You're right, I'm 3 kilograms heavier than you. Hey, being heavier isn't something to be happy about, you fox. Ayako slams on the table. Be careful, you might spill the tea, Mitsuzuri-san. You're the captain, so you should treat this place with care. Shut up. You're my rival first and I'm your rival first and captain of this place second. Naturally, if there are no members around, I'll go after you. Ayako looks at me with narrowed eyes. This girl has her own sense of beauty, and she's always says beautiful people have to do some kind of martial arts. She's a bold person, experienced in most martial arts. She joined the archery club with no expression and is now the captain as if it were only natural. Oh, with no experience, and is now the captain as if it were only natural. She's probably one of the top 3 people in the school. You should never disobey her, regardless of gender. Oh, isn't it a problem if you claim you're not the captain if there are no members around? Of course not. I'm the captain in name only, so all I can do is keep an eye on the problem members. There are people better than me, so it's not a very dignified captaincy. Really? But Fujiwara-sensei says that your skills are outstanding. Well, if she says so, that gives me some confidence. Yeah, I guess it's no good to think about people who don't come here anymore. Yeah, Fujiwara-sensei said that. I guess I should take being the captain more seriously. That's right. Speaking of which, it's almost time for the club members to arrive, right? I'll get going, but you stay and be a good captain. What? You're not going to stay and watch? I wouldn't understand. Watching from a distance is fine, but outsiders shouldn't be in the range, should they? Just as I rise, someone enters the range. Oh, good morning, Captain. Morning, Mato. You're alone this morning? Yes, I'm sorry I couldn't be of help. No, it's okay. If he doesn't want to come, there's no point in forcing him to. Ayako addresses a club member who just entered. Well, I'll be going. See you later, Mitsuzuri-san. Yeah, see you later, Tosaka. Thank you for coming, Tosaka-senpai. Thanks. You take care too, Sakura. I leave the range, trying not to interrupt them. Tosaka. Good morning. I'm lucky to see you so early. Bad luck, I've run into someone I don't want to see. Good morning, Mato-kun. You're early today. Of course, as the captain, I've come early as an example to others. This smiling guy is Mato Shinji of Class 2C. He's the vice captain of the archery club and owner of the hearts of half the girls in the school. Ugh. Kind of an idol. Good looking, good grades, sociable, and kind to girls. I'm not too well informed in such areas, so I've only heard all this from my classmates. Really? I'm sorry to interrupt your good mood, but you're missing a word, Mato-kun. And it's an important word, so I don't think you should forget it. Huh? What do you mean a missing word? You're missing... so sassy. You're missing the vice part of vice captain. You should watch out. It makes no difference whether you're the captain or the vice captain, but if you put a lot of weight on it, people might think you're concerned about it, right? Oh. You're right. I'll be careful from now on. Thank you, Tosaka. I've done nothing to earn your thanks, but I guess it doesn't matter if you think otherwise. Huh. Bidding him goodbye, I leave the range. Hold on. You came to watch, right? Then you should stay and watch. You're very welcome here. I'd rather not. I don't want to interrupt the practice. Don't worry about that. If anyone's bothering you, I'll kick them out. So come in for a while. I'm saying I don't want to be a bother. Besides, it's not like I'm interested in archery. I don't like watching people I don't know practicing. What? You didn't have any interest in archery? So that's why you were watching us after school? I don't know what he thinks the reason was, but he's undoubtedly making a big misunderstanding. Oh, so you knew Mato-kun. Yeah, our eyes met many times, yours and mine. After I shot, he would always be looking at me, right? I wanted to call out to you, but it's the rules, you know. We can't raise our voice on the range. As if happy about something, Shinji moves in closer to me. His smile carries a sense of superiority. I guess I misunderstood. I thought you liked archery. But you actually have no interest in it, right? So why were you watching the range? Oh, I see now. Yes, the conversation could certainly be taken that way. Can you move away, Mato-kun? I don't really like people coming so close to me. Oh, Tosaka, what? Honestly, it seems like you don't understand. It's not my style, but I'll put it in terms even you can understand. Mato-kun, I'm saying that I have even less interest in you than in archery. Frankly, I've never even known that you were in the range, and I'm not about to start looking out for you now either. What? As if I angered, he reaches out to me violently. I easily avoided and turned my back on him. Goodbye, Mato-kun. It's good to have some ego, but you shouldn't let it grow too large. Tosaka, you... He sounded like he wanted to say more, but it doesn't seem like he was going to scream or come after me. Jeez, he really is all show. If he was just a little bit more mature, he wouldn't be so much trouble for the people around him. From the back of the school where the archery range is based, I enter the school building. It's past 7, but I can't see anyone in the hallway. Oh, Tosaka-san. Good morning, Fujimura-sensei. Yes, good morning, Tosaka-san. I'm so happy you greeted me properly. The strange woman seems to be crying of happiness. It's hard to believe this person of surpassing friendliness and cheerfulness is a teacher at this school. Sensei, is there a way to greet you improperly? Of course there is. First years always greet me popularly, but the older ones never greet me by my last name. You shouldn't copy their rudeness, okay? I don't really understand, but I won't be rude to you, Sensei. Good girl. Oh, I wish everyone as good as you, Tosaka-san. Fujimura-sensei waves goodbye and leaves. Fortunately, she isn't my homeroom teacher. Fujimura-sensei teaches English. She has such a kind face, but she also has a black belt in Kendo, and I hear she was respected as the Tiger of Yuki in her student days. Impressive. Though, that's a bit strange. Wouldn't a tiger normally be feared, not respected? Apparently in a good mood, Fujimura-sensei heads for the archery range. For some reason, she's in charge of archery club and not the kendo club. It's almost 7:30. I can see a few students doing club activities outside, but there's no sign of anyone in the school building. But still. Tosaka. I bump into someone who greets me rudely. Oh, student president, you're patrolling the school building this early in the morning? Or perhaps taking care of the club rooms? Not that I care, but you're certainly diligent. She's such a biatch. I love it. Huh? What are you planning? What are you doing here? You're not in any clubs. I just felt like it. And I don't get up early like your family does, Ryudu-kun. Ryudu-dao-kun. The student president makes an unhappy face. For some reason, I seem to be his enemy. I wonder why. I really don't know why. Perhaps it's just because I said skip the temples, they're boring, in a meeting planned for the field trip. Let me ask you a question, Tosaka. Have you been studying at school until late at night recently? No. You should know I always go straight home, Ryudu-kun. Ryudu-dao-kun. Of course, this is my job, so I naturally know about everyone else. Creeper. I see. So you don't even have to ask, right? I don't know why you've been asking, but this isn't bad to force student council jobs on outsiders. But isn't it bad? You should collect information on your own. Don't rely on outsiders like me. Idiot. How are you an outsider? Don't think I don't know about how you worked your evil deeds on our treasurer, you fox. Oh, you misunderstood. I was merely working out how each club should receive because Mitsuzuri asked me to. I think it's only right for students to take an interest in where their money is going. How can damaging our treasurer's psyche enough to keep him off school for a week be only right for any student? As always, I'm amazed by your way of thinking. The same to you. You should keep a watch on those under you. It's not fair to favor the non-sporting clubs. I know that, but that's why I intended to deal with the matter myself. Essay. The repairs are done. And then a guy appears who I didn't expect to find here. Sorry, Emiya. I'm the one who asked for help, but it seems like you're doing all the work. Forgive me. Don't worry about it. So, where next? There's not much time left. Yeah, the AV room is next. It seems to be working badly for a while, but it finally died. It can't be fixed if it's dead. It would be quicker to just buy a new one. True, but it'd help if you could take a look at it. It might be dead to my eyes, but only faking it to yours. I see. Well, let's take a look. The student president leaves with a male student. My thoughts have stopped at this sudden event. The guy with the wrenches and spanners in hands turns his back as if remembering something. You're up early, Tosaka. And with that, he leaves. Was that supposed to be a greeting? The student who the president called Emiya leaves quickly. Emiya, that would be Emiya Shiro of class, from class 2C. That's fine, but how can I put it? I just think it's hard to tell whether a guy looks at home holding a wrench is useful or scary. It's 7:30 in the morning and no one's in class 2A. Well, I guess I'll study ahead. I sit at my desk and work on a few math problems. There's 30 minutes until homeroom. I guess I'll be bored until my classmates arrive. The fourth period ends and the noisy lunch break begins. Our school has a cafeteria, but half of the students stay in the classroom. Actually, most of the ones who stay are girls. The cafeteria food is rather roughly made, so girls tend to dislike it. And as a result, Tosaka-san, would you like to have lunch with us? Girls end up eating lunch together like this. Thank you, Sagusa-san, but I'm afraid I'm eating at the cafeteria today. I slept in this morning and didn't have time to make lunch. Oh, I see. I'm sorry to invite you without realizing that. I guess I'm being a bother. Sagusa-san looks downcast as if apologizing. She's one of the calmest in the class, full of calm students, and a kind person who cares about me for some reason. I don't think so. It just happened that way today, so don't worry about it. Please ask me again tomorrow. I smile at her from the bottom of my heart. Ah, yes. I guess even you sleep in from time to time. My smile must have relaxed her as she returns it with one of her own. Her smile is cute. Saigusa-san, Yukika-san, isn't the most beautiful person, but her smile warms the hearts of everyone around her. Yes, that's right. I try not to let it show, but I actually sleep in quite often. I'm not in any clubs because I can't get up in the mornings. Saigusa-san's expression reveals her surprise. Her presence really relaxes me, but I can't just have fun talking. If I keep talking to people like this, I'm bound to reveal my true self. Well, I'm off to the cafeteria. Enjoy your lunch, Saigusa-san. Yes, you too, Tosaka-san. We exchange a warm goodbye, and she returns to her group of girls. She seems to be eating with Makidera-san and Himura-san. Oh yes, Saigusa-san is the manager of the track team. Makidera and Himura-san are the track team's hopefuls. Makidera is a friend I sometimes go window shopping with, but I don't really know Himura-san that well. Oh, you were rejected, Yukichi. Didn't I tell you that Tusaka wouldn't bring lunch? If you want to eat with her, you'll have to make lunch for her too. Maki, can't we just go to the cafeteria too then? No way! There isn't enough room in that place for people who bring their own lunches. And even if we did sit with Tosaka, the men's glares would be annoying as hell. Like last vacation, we went to hang out with each other, but she's the only one who got any attention. Don't you just hate when people show off their beauty like that? Makidera speaks without thinking as the girls surround Sayagusa-san's desk. In contrast to her nasty mouth, she's a Japanese beauty who looks wonderful in a kimono. Makinoji, I think Tosaka-san can hear you. In contrast to Makidera's loudness, Himuro is the cool, steady type. Ah, crap, Tosaka heard that. Oh, she's really glaring at me. I don't think she's glaring at you, really. She is. She's scariest when she's smiling. Come on, take it easy, Tosaka. It's us we're talking about, right? I brought you up, Tayaki, remember? She waves her chopsticks, puffing out her cheeks. The knowledge that this girl's hobby is collecting wind chimes just shows the world is far too complex. Anyways, it's no good for Sayagusa-san to keep watching this. She's panicking, seeing Makidera continually talk bad about me. Don't worry, Sayagusa-san. And Makidera-san, I'm the one who paid, and it was crepes, not taiyaki. You should fix that habit of yours, changing the facts you remember, or I might have to reconsider it next time, okay? Ugh, that smile is really scary. Makidera hides behind the lid of her lunchbox. Saying goodbye to the three of them, I leave the classroom. I shut the door behind me. And then... Man, come on. There's no big difference between crepes and taiyaki. They're both sweeps just wrapped up. Makidera's words are the ones no girl should ever speak. Taiyaki and crepes the same? Is she really a girl? Are all sweets the same to her? Perhaps she was just she just has very convenient taste buds that can't tell a 500 yen crepe from a 80 yen taiyaki. But why you could have saved 420 yen if I could have saved 420 yen if I just bought you taiyaki to begin with. Why am I getting mad about this? I guess I'm still tired from last night. The cafeteria would be too much effort, so I'll just get a drink and some bread and eat on the roof. I buy lunch and head for the empty rooftop. It's a convenient location as no student will come near it in the wintertime. It's too cold to eat, but that's a small price to pay for being able to eat without worrying about other people. Well, lunch comes first. I start on my tomato sandwich and hot lemon drink. It's a simple lunch, but the taste is much improved in this peace and quiet. I finish my sandwich and hot lemon drink. I'm a bit tired. It's a difficult balance being a good student while trying not to be too social. It's my vanity, no, my conviction that I must be number one both academically and physically. If I'm to be a student, I want to be the best, and it's unthinkable for me to dishonor the Tosaka name. So that's why I'm a perfect student, flawless in all aspects. But at the same time, it's also a dangerous job as a magus. So I shouldn't associate with normal people. Normally a magus whose identity is discovered has no choice but to eliminate the witness. I don't want to do that. So inevitably my social life has become a shallow one. I only hang out with Makidera on the weekends, and I try to refuse invitations from friendly people like Sayagusa-san. Even though I'm the best honor student in the school, I live trying not to become too important to anyone. Though sometimes when I'm tired like this, it makes me think that this life is rather boring. Oh, it's time already? I finish my hot lemon drink and stand up. I should stop drowning in sentimentality and go back to the usual Tosaka Rin. I go down the stairs. Homeroom is at an end. Those of you on day duty, finish the daily report and check the logs. Those of you without club activities are to go home quickly. 2A's homeroom teacher exits after repeating his usual line. As far as I know, this line hasn't changed all year. Tosaka, you're going home already? Yeah. There was this event with Mato-kun this morning, so I'm heading home before he becomes a bother. Ha! I thought so. Mato was in a bad mood this morning, so I thought you must have given him a hard time. I see. Did I cause you any trouble, Mitsuzuri-san? Not at all. It's normal for Mato to torment the younger students, and I think that kind of thing would be good mental training for him. I see. That's good. Well, I'll make up for it some other time. Alright. Don't be put off and come by again. I head straight home. Once I leave school, Tosaka Rin is no longer a student. The rest of the day is not for myself as a student. Instead, I must become the magus of the Tosaka family. Back at my house, I'm greeted by the blinking light on my answering machine. It's unusual for me to get any messages. It was just as I thought. It's you, Kirei. I already know what he's going to say, but he'll be scary later if I don't listen. When I press a play button, I hear a familiar voice. It's me. I'm sure you know, but tomorrow is the deadline, Ren. It's a problem for me if you take it easy. There are only 2 remaining seats. I must ensure all the masters are arranged quickly. This priest shows no mercy, as he gets right to the point. If you wish to abandon your right to become a master, contact me today. It takes some time to dispatch a substitute magus. Liar. Someone like you would be able to arrange a substitute in no time. You already show signs of the command spell. Quickly, summon your servant and open the command spell. Unless, of course, you're not planning to be part of this Holy Grail war. If you value your life, you should run to the church quickly. The message ends there. His words are concise. He's telling me if I'm to fight, I should get ready by today, and if I'm not going to fight, I'm an eyesore and should just retire quickly. Heh. You don't have to tell me that. Well, can't be helped. Today is as late as the deadline can be extended. Fortunately, I was able to decode my father's will last night. My preparations are ready. All that remains is, yes, obtaining the qualification to enter this fight. Holy Grail War. A fight to the death for the one and only Holy Grail. A ritual of the Holy Grail passed down hundreds of years, huh? The Magi who participated in the Holy Grail were occult masters. This is not so much a rank, rather it indicates one who is in control. The requirement to enter the Holy Grail War, that is, to summon a familiar called a servant and to form a contract with it. No matter how great a magus a person is, one is not considered a master until he has a servant under him. Servants are beings very different from normal familiars. The methods of summoning and controlling them is different as well. A magus planning to enter the Holy Grail War usually prepares a catalyst to summon one. But, really? I wish my father could have left me with a connection to Saber. I don't have anything with any connection. I can summon a servant. If I wanted to, I can summon one right now and form a contract with it. The town's sacred ground is under our jurisdiction. As a daughter of the Tosaka family, which has protected this town through generations, I will not lose to Magi from elsewhere. But that said, I guess you can't go out to sea without a compass, or perhaps I should say things are completely unplanned. Servants are attracted to symbols. If you want to summon a strong servant, you need something that is a connection to the servant. Oh. In other words, a sword, armor, talisman, bone of a servant, or something like that. Something valuable beyond belief. I was hoping that there'd be something like that in Father's will, but no. This is a great trump card too, but still. The pendant I found last night in the basement is one of the best artifacts in its class. It's great in its own way. It's great, but it won't help me to summon my servant. Huh. It's fine. I can do with any help from that sort of thing. After all, there can't exist any masters capable of handling Saber other than myself. Alright, I've decided. I don't want Kirei to complain anymore by postponing it any longer. And it's not like me to wait until the last second. I'll come down to just trying it. I'll face the summoning tonight with full power and obtain Saber by force. Late at night. The clock is about to strike 2. This is the best time frame for my magical energy. The peak of my magical energy is at exactly 2 in the morning. Since this will be my first and last chance, I can't afford to make any mistakes. Withdraw within elimination, engrave 4 areas and surround with the summoning circle. Right. I engraved the circle on the floor of the basement. You don't need a large-scale summoning to summon the servant. Servants are called forth by the Holy Grail. As a master's priority is to keep the servant in this world, and to supply them with enough magical energy to substantiate the Holy Grail takes care of the summoning. Excuse me. Oh, this looks cool. Bear and silver and iron, stone for the foundation, and Grand Duke of contracts. My great master, Schweinorg, for the ancestor. A wall for the descending winds. 4 gates shall close and come out to the crown. Let the 3-forked road in the kingdom cycle. Still, I continue the greatest concentration. I draw the magic circle, normally written in blood, with my melted jewels. I'm using half the jewels I saved up, so I can't fail for financial reasons too. Enclose, 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 enclose. 5 times for each repetition. I hope I said it 5 times. Just destroy the enclosed time. It's almost 2 in the morning. Completing the magic circle passed down through the Tosaka family, I face it with all my power. Enfin. I flip the formless switch inside me. I feel a sensation as the contents of my body are being exchanged. The usual nerves invert into circuits transmitting magical energy. From this point, Rin Tosaka is not human. I shall become a tool to attain mystic power. I am melting from my fingertips. No, I am being filled from my fingertips. The mana I am taking in is so concentrated that the original senses of my body are being repainted. So being filled with the same as being destroyed. The power that fills me is pure magical energy from the air. It is absorbed by my body, which has become a circuit, and transformed into the different form of magical energy. The body of a Magus is nothing more than a circuit. A circuit to connect the spiritual and the real. We call it the result of this, the many mystic occurrences it has made real magic. My body is burning hot. Yeah, it is. An illustration of myself growing, an illusion of myself growing horns, an illusion of wings growing out of my back, an illusion of scales forming on my hands, a sensation of being in water. I start to sweat. Stab, stab. Swords are being driven into my body. This is pain caused by the human body rejecting itself as a magic circuit. No matter how great the Magus you are, a human is a human. This pain will result as long as people use magic in a human body. But I do not loosen my circulation. At the end of this pain, on the verge of elimination, lies a place of connection. A pain running through my left arm. The magic crest starts up on its own to help me, and as a result, violates my nerves even more. The harvested mana in my blood. If that is burning iron, then the magic crest itself is like nerves made of thorns. It runs through my body like a centipede with fangs. I lose myself with that pain. At the same time, I feel that I've reached my goal. My overly sensitive hearing keeps recognizing the sound of a clock in the living room. 10 more seconds until 2 in the morning. The power within me is perfect and flawless. I announce, let's start. I take the mana I've absorbed and turn it into a fixed magical energy. And now, I have only one attempt. I have only to empty the mana within me to move the engine called the summoning circle. I announce, thy body shall be under my command. My fate shall be determined by thy sword. Follow the call of the Holy Grail. If thou wouldst obey this mind and this reason, then answer my call. My vision closes. The fifth element, said to be unperceivable by the human eyes, is before me. So I fear of being broken by it. Vision shuts itself. So in fear of being broken by it, vision shuts itself down. Make an oath here. I am the one who shall become the virtue of all afterward. I am the one who shall lay out the evil of all afterworld. Thou art 7 heavens clad, and the 3 great words. Emerge from the ring of control, guardian of balance. Perfect. It's so perfect. I feel like I'm tugging on a whale with a fishing rod. Perfect. I've drawn the strongest card for sure. Jeez, I can't wait for my vision to return. My vision should recover in a matter of seconds, and there will be the summoned servant right in front of me. Nothing. Huh? Nothing is nothing. There's no change. I've raged out that much ether and nothing has formed. And on top of that, I hear an explosion from the living room. What? I run. I keep running without thinking. I run up the basement stairs into the living room. The door's broken. The living room door is crooked. There's no point in turning the handle. The door doesn't open even as I push and pull it. Jeez, you're in my way. With a crash, I kick through the door in the living room. And the instant I walk into the living room, I understand everything. The living room is in a big mess. It's full of rubble that must have fallen from the ceiling, and there's one man sitting on it cockily. Without a doubt, that is the cause of this mess. But there's one more important thing than that. The wall clock is still ticking away the time, having escaped destruction. That reminds me. Yes, that's right. Come to think of it, every clock in my house was an hour early today for some reason. In other words, it's 1 in the morning right now. That's actually 1 more hour until my magical energy is at its peak. I did it again. I can do I can do most things just like everyone else, but I have one hereditary curse. That is to make the biggest mistakes at the most important times. Well, what's done is done. I should reflect on my actions. I am mad at my own stupidity. Still irritated, I glare at the man sitting there like he's important. So, what are you? Those are your first words? I guess I've been called to a terrible master. The man in the red gives an exaggerated shrug. Maybe I'm the most unlucky of all, he adds. I do declare. This guy is a twisted personality. Okay, I'm gonna end here.